crew chief right now and try to make that decision, because we've only had 2 cautions today, guys, and that was for the end of both stages.
I would not call it interesting. I'd call it like, get me out of here. I don't want to make this decision. A lot of stress, yeah, for sure. These two going at it hard. Daniel Hemrick on the outside, Grant Enfinger. It is so bad to be racing this hard. I mean, you want to go up there, you want to pass that guy. That's what we do as race car drivers. You go after that guy in front of you. But this early in this run, to be abusing the tires, let's call it, as hard as they are, and I don't know how smart that is. And Grant keeps trying. He's getting in the corner way better than Daniel on the outside. And he clears him.
Such a great perspective there. You see how rough this racetrack is, how hard these drivers are working inside. Corey Heim continues to lead over Lane Riggs here. 39 laps to go from Darlington Raceway. We're going to step aside, but you won't miss a thing. We're going Fox side by side.
You best not look back.
New leader, Lane Riggs, regains the lead over Corey Heim, and you saw it all on Fox side by side. But Todd, you don't like what you're seeing from Lane right now. Is he pushing too hard?
Man, I'm sitting here saying, slow down, Lane. Keep, you watch him race, running these laps, and he's keeping pace with 11, and now he's passed them. And doing that, you watch this truck, and it's just, every once in a while it'll pop sideways, every once in a while you see it push a little bit, and when you do that, it just takes the good off the tire more and more. And I just call it abusing it, calling it what you want. It's not going to be good. But we saw in that last run that this truck lasted more through the run than it did the first time. So maybe, I could be totally wrong. I probably am.
Yeah, and I think with the 11 truck, that was more the line that I was traditionally used to running. The bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4, kind of the middle of the road on the apron here, middle of the road through the middle of 1 and 2 right here in the cleaner asphalt. As you go through the run, that you see all the rubber right there in that top lane. It kind of keeps you out of the rubber, keeps your truck from sliding around more. The thing that we don't know about this 11 truck is when that tire started to go down. We saw him match the pace at the end of the last run with that 34 truck, but did the tire go down coming onto pit road? Did the tire go down at the end of the run? We don't really know that answer until we get towards the end of this run with these trucks.
Corey Heim with a 1 second lead. Lane Riggs with a 1 second lead over Corey Heim. Settled down maybe a little bit, Todd.
Well, it wasn't 8 laps ago, 10 laps ago, Lane was 0.3 of a second behind Corey. So how much harder is he abusing his tires than Corey? That's the part that worries me.
Well, I think the other thing to be said about where, as we watch Grant Enfinger here, where the 34 truck is running up against the racetrack, that bigger arc and not pinching the truck down and not going on the apron and all those things. Which one is better as we go along? And after the first run, I would tell you that Corey Heim had by far the best long run truck, but you see that 34 truck, just like you're talking about right there. When that back starts slipping, it starts to make me a little bit nervous. But when I had a truck or a car that I felt like fell off at the end of the run more than the guy behind me, I was always just go as fast as I could go without slipping and see how far you can get ahead and hope that timed out at the end of the run.
Well, I think that is the razor's edge we talk about at Darlington. Right? You got to get it on that edge, but when you step over that edge, you abuse the tires and you take the chance of getting in the wall and all those things that come with it. So how hard do you push it?
Yeah. And I think right there with Lane's truck, I like that right front tire on those hash marks through 1 and 2. I don't like when you're below those hash marks or slide up above those hash marks. I feel like if you can lock that right front tire onto those hash marks on the bottom, now that they've built up rubber, and be able to just creep that thing around there, give it a little bit of assistance as you go around the corner. You see him hook those hash marks right there in that seam, It just makes the truck turn, and it keeps you from having to throttle it and slide it and push the right front tires without that assistance.
And I think what we're seeing right here, I think that just shows the importance of a good spotter. Because Lane didn't know where Corey's running. I guarantee you, spotter told him, hey, 11's running on the bottom. Why don't you try it a couple laps?
27 laps to go here. I know you two were both talking about if you were a crew chief, what do you